Hello, welcome to our 11th number of 11th show of the tutorial, Joel tutorial by Joel. And I welcome my guest, Mountain of Inspiration, joining me on the set tonight.
Thank you for having
welcome,
me.
You're welcome. And I really welcome you watching from all over the world. And I'm so happy that you decide to tune and listen to what we have to share today. And before I go any further, I would like to acknowledge our partners for the month of March. As you can see the names at the bottom, we have Torkin, Elizoé, Académie du Renouveau, DMK Afrique, Réseau Bissobassi, Dahlia Show, and DLM Design. And you can see the descriptions. In the description, you'll see the links to each business. As I mentioned before, the reason why we partner with those businesses is because they're led by great ladies, great women, and because we're celebrating the month of the right of the women. And today's topic, it was brought through many different conversations I had with people. And also, I got a call this morning from a connection of mine who's based in Kinshasa. He has a YouTube channel. He's also started like a news gathering, a news sharing page. And he called me to ask me, what do you think about President Samia, the vice president in Tanzania, who should be sworn as a president, as the president has passed.
Okay.
And it kind of drew me into this reflection that we're going to have tonight, which is public figures and the social networks. How do public figures use the social network? How can a public figure person can use the social network to advance the message, to advance the persona, how they show off, how they appear in the public, in the media. And this is what we're going to talk about. And some people may say, I'm not a public person. I'll tell you, you are. And it's not because you don't hold any public office that you're not a public figure. You are a public figure. As such, you are entitled to have the proper presentation when it comes to your persona. Let me welcome some of the people. Okay, I see a comment. Hello, Dahlia MTV. Yeah, she's watching, I believe, from here. Let's see if I have anyone following me on the Facebook. Yes, because here I can see the comment coming from the page and YouTube, but from a personal profile, I may not see it. So that's why I need to turn this on. Okay, right. So the question, and people always ask, so how do I do it? And the first thing that came to my mind when I was thinking about this, when I was preparing this, is looking at the politicians here in Canada, because as you know, I live in Canada. And it was a little, not surprising, but eye-opener. First of all, I like you to understand that those politicians, and I chose the leaders, the political parties at a federal level. And one thing kind of struck me is the way the banner is set on two different platforms. You know, the banner is the background, the backdrop that you have on those platforms. I see Gabi Coutinho saying hello. Yes, Gabi.
Oh, Gabi Coutinho.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Yes.
Amen.
Yeah, you can see it through the media.
Where's she watching, from Kinshasa or from London?
I think from London. Gabi, can you please tell us where you're watching from? Okay. So I was amazed to see that, how they appear in public, how those pages are set. And believe it or not, I was looking at one of them, and I could not find a YouTube profile for that person. And I'll show you in a minute. She's saying that
yeah, sorry.
She's saying that she's watching from Kinshasa. Wow.
Wow. Wow,
Thank
this
you.
is very good.
Yeah. Now I just turn it on. Yeah.
Hello to you in Kinshasa. I hope all is well.
Yes, we hope all is well. You know, if she can follow, and because it's late, so that means probably she has a good connection at this time of the day, of the night actually, because they are 5 hours ahead of us. So here we are still 6 p.m. Over there, it's already 11 p.m. So we really appreciate you watching from Kinshasa, our dear sister. Yeah. So we were talking about, I was talking about it. Say, how come they don't have a web YouTube channel? And it comes down to how politicians do things. And because everything a politician says and writes is usually well scripted. By that we mean what? We mean that they control the way they communicate. Not just themselves, because if you did not know that, most of their profiles on the social networks are not managed by themselves directly. They have a team of people. They have experts in communication, people that just dedicate their time and their talent to properly communicate on behalf of those politicians.
Yes.
Okay. So never try to say, you know, I'm chatting with Justin Trudeau, or I'm chatting with Erin O'Toole. Yeah. Once in a while, they may look at the comments. Once in a while, they will personally look and check what is being said. But most of the time, it goes through the communication team. They make sure that the message is aligned with their vision, the party, with a lot of other things that you may not think about as a common citizen. You know, because remember, those are politicians. Yes, because they are politicians, and whatever they say may affect relationship with countries, may affect the economy, may affect a lot of things. So they have a lot of power, a lot of impact. So the way they communicate makes sense. And the purpose of this show tonight is not just...
This is all by one person, because Donald Trump used to manage his own social media stuff. He used to be the one tweeting and sending his messages. He used to be.
I'm not totally sure about it. Although his personality was relent, you know, would tend to make people think that, but he was probably involved personally on whatever was being done. I don't see him sitting behind his computer typing or holding his phone typing all his messages. He had somebody on his side saying, okay, for this matter, this is how you're going to say it. You know, which makes sense, you know, to a certain point, because regardless of who he is, he probably doesn't have the time, and you know, he probably doesn't have the dexterity to hold the phone or type that fast and do all these things. No, he probably had somebody dedicated just to that and giving me the feedback and saying, these are people are responding on your tweet, and it's okay. Oh, this is what I say. Okay, you say it this way. Okay, does it make sense? Oh, yes, Mr. President, no problem. Okay, go ahead, say it. They put it. Because they reflect his personality, they reflect what he thinks, and that's how people perceive that. Now, the one thing that kind of drew my attention, and for this I'm going to share my screen to let you see what I mean by this. And I hope you'll be able to see that. Okay, the whole screen, so it's easy. Let me remove the banner. Those are the two Canadian political leaders that I decide to, you know, study or to look how the communication is made on their behalf, how the profile are made. So the screens that are in white, those are the Twitter screen, and the one with a dark background are the Facebook. But when you look at the banner on both social networks, they're consistent. Same on, you see, same in Facebook. You use the same picture for the Twitter. You go on Jagmeet Singh, same picture used in Twitter is the same on Facebook. Why? Because consistency. And if you look at it, it tells you here, for example, it just tells you that he's the leader of the party, the political party, and the website, and since when the account was set up. Okay, the profile was set up back in 2011. And one of the other things that most of these people, public figures, they make sure that their profile is validated. So that's why you see that star with a checkbox saying, yes, that's a way to verify, saying this profile is truly the profile of the person you see on the picture. And that is something I usually tell anybody, anyone in that realm of power. And I tell them, please make sure that your leader, the president of your party, the profile is verified. Okay, same thing in Facebook and for all of them. Because I've seen it sometimes where the profile of a leader, especially among the African leaders, the profile is not verified. So meaning what? Meaning anybody can practically and simply take their picture and set up an account. You see? So, you cannot get to a certain level where your profile is not verified. Because when your profile is verified, what happens? They send a message to whoever, and those social networks, now they know if they see that picture trying to be used by somebody else, it will be flagged. You see? Like it's the same tool, I believe, if not better, that we have on our phones today. Did you know that on your phone, when you have a lot of pictures, you can identify the one that you show up?
Absolutely,
yeah. So they use the same thing, the same tool on those social networks to identify people. And then if your account is verified, then you don't run the risk of being duplicated. And when it's not, that's when you see one or two different profiles of Joseph Kabila, for example. You see one or two profile of Joel, because my profile is not verified. So anybody can just take a picture of mine and create a profile. Although, the content would not be the same. The way of saying things, and people would know me, they would know that I don't engage in those kind of conversation, for example. Go ahead. You wanted to say something?
So is it the case for the deceased president in Tanzania? Or was
Magufuli? Let's see. We'll find out in a second. Okay.
Or his vice president?
Yes. Okay. Let's see. All right. So search. Okay, you see, for example, the Rwandan President Paul Kagame profile verified. Okay, now let's see if John Magufuli, yes, this profile was verified.
Perfect. Okay, so at least that answers the question that.
Hello, Master Electronic. Welcome. So, yeah, so this is how you can get your profile verified. So you want to see somebody else? let's see Felix Tshisekedi. No, it's not to say anything. Okay. All right. As you can see right there, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 under the name Felix Tshisekedi.
Oh, that's how you should run by your friend Mr. Nindu.
Yeah, it's probably something to let him know. They need to get a hold of. I don't know if this one looks more likely the one that it was using during the campaign, because it was 2015. And if you go really further down in the comment, he used to post a lot of things here. So as you know, it's not simple to go through that. All right. Okay. So this is the type of content you can see what it is. And why? Because I believe I exchanged 1 or 2 tweets with this profile in the past when he was not the president yet. Okay. But as you can see, the problem is here when the profile is not verified. So basically anybody can take the picture and do whatever they want. Because all you need to do is to create an email address, and and Twitter is not going to check where that email is from. And then you choose the name that you want to show in the public, and that's it. And that becomes the public image that people will see. All right. So the next thing that you also need to remember as a public figure, as a public person, a politician, I'm reading the comment here from Mass Electronic, not President. No, I'm not going to comment on that. That's your opinion. I'm not going to comment.
Mass Electronic, are you trying to get us in trouble or what? That's not...
Don't worry, I'm not interested in politics right now. I'm not planning to go in Congo, but just to,
But in the case of Tanzania, was the vice president not able to have a verified account, or
the vice president?
Yes, does he have a verified account or no? The one who's supposed to be sworn in.
Okay. How do you spell her name again?
I don't know.
Okay, Tanzania. Just go Tanzania. Tanzania. Vice President. Okay. All right. Here she is. Okay, Dr. Samia has become Tanzania acting president. So, okay, Samia Suluhu.
2020, 2021. So many interesting stories.
Okay, all right. Oh, I mean, it's probably done by the government. She has a verified profile. Yeah, you see, it's all in Swahili.
Okay.
Dar es Salaam joined since 2014. So the tweet that was pinned at the top was in October 2016. And here, I think, making a first speech today.
Yeah, I saw it this afternoon.
Yeah, it was a first speech.
But as far as the Congo is concerned, and other countries potentially in Africa, I think there's an opportunity for them to actually realize that Twitter has actually changed how things are done on an international level, and there could be an opportunity for them to actually also streamline the process and make it official, and create, for example, a Twitter handle for the office of the president, not just for the current one, but also for any other one who's going to actually come in power within the next 5 or 10 years.
Okay, you're talking about something like the American, the United States.
Yeah.
So okay, I'll tell you. So it's what? It used to be the POTUS.
POTUS.
Okay, so you see so once the president passed, the American, they changed it to the position they used to be. So Trump is now POTUS 45, Obama is POTUS 44.
44.
And the current one stand in
46.
And is just POTUS because he's in power. He's the one in the office right now.
Yeah.
When he moves, then he becomes POTUS 46. Okay. And again, you can see it's managed by the government. So this is an archive of an Obama administration account maintained by the National Archives and Records Administration.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. So basically something that could be handled by someone at the government level saying, you know what, for this current president, this is the handle we're going to give him. And once he actually moves out of the office, we're going to create another one for the next in the office.
I mean, this is a good suggestion. And, you know, I'm not going to put everything in the public, but, you know, maybe we'll send a message to Mr. Ndu and tell him, you know, why don't you guys think about something like this?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, why don't you guys think about something like this, which can probably help you in the way, the image of the president, because at the end of the day, he's representing the country. It's the office of the president. So it doesn't matter who's in the office, but we still want to have a certain way of doing things.
Absolutely.
You know, when they are in the office. And Didier saying, I'm pretty sure he was writing his message himself. Yes, back then, Mr. Tshisekedi Felix was doing his own tweet. Yeah. He's doing his own tweets, you know. But it was before.
And this is a constructive feedback. So basically, there's nothing negative about it. We just saying that, yes, this is an opportunity for them to actually consider doing that in the most formal manner. So make sure that someone actually manning that on behalf of the government and eventually of the office of the president.
The way they have it, I'll tell you, it's like this: Présidence RDC. So that's the only account that's verified. Presidents. Okay, as you can see, it's verified. But the personal profile, I mean, and then again, that's where I was coming to talk about this. This is what brought me to this. Yes, you can have a profile as the leader of the Conservative Party in Canada. Okay, but as you can see, when they put that leader profile, it becomes everything about him. And again, the way, for example, we choose to do it in Canada, we will put the name and the title below the name of that person. So that means what? That means that when Erin will no longer be in the office, all they have to remove, they'll just remove the Conservative Party of Canada. Okay? He'll keep his account. He'll keep his profile. Because, you know, it's the way it's done. So, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So, if I'm not mistaken, if we go Stephen Harper, okay. So again, same thing. It's like they chose to do that with the American way. So official Twitter account for Canada's 22nd Prime Minister. Okay, but I think he has a personal profile as well. No. In his case, no. But some others, like even, and that's all, it's also a funny thing, because back then when Facebook started, those politicians used to have personal profiles on Facebook. And, you know, there was no boundary between what they were doing for the public office and the official title. That's how I used to connect with some of the MPPs.
But things have changed.
Yes.
Things have evolved tremendously. So, yeah.
Yes.
So they had to change as well.
So, and then again, it's an advice. And again, we're really looking at those tools, and we hope that we can inspire those current public figures and living abroad to understand how you can use those tools, making sure that this, whatever you say, may stay forever.
Absolutely.
It may stay forever unless you go and ensure that you delete your profile and ask the social network to do the same thing, totally erase everything. Because if you don't, then those, whatever you say in the past will stay there.
But I mean, even if you decide to delete everything, someone will always take the time to actually screenshot something. So once they screenshot anything, so whatever you said in the past will always be there. Because I receive on a daily basis screenshot of people doing or certain things on social media. So yeah, as long as you go on social media, you have to know that there's always someone who basically has nothing to do, just looking at what you're saying, and if they see anything interesting, screenshot and spread everything.
And that makes sense because I used to do that as well.
Yeah.
In the 2016, 2015, 2017, when I was really active on Twitter, I was doing that because I was getting threats. I was getting threats from people in Kinshasa threatening me. And one clearly said, you know, if you were in Kinshasa, you would have been dead. Just like that. So in those cases,
it was a figure of speech. It was just trying to be dramatic.
No. And guess what? I thought the same thing, but I checked just recently, not even a year ago. Mm-hmm. Somebody else was complaining about the same guy, talking about doing the same thing, and apparently he is well connected. The guy is well connected.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, when he said a figure of speech not maybe kill you physically, but they'll do you harm. They may arrest you. Yes. They arrest you, and you know, just us, you know, to make your life miserable for an amount of time. And that is what? Just because you're giving your opinion. So those are the things. But coming back to what we were talking about here, as a public figure, how you show up, it's really important. And for example, Erin O'Toole has the same picture for his profile on both, the same background. And I like how Jagmeet did it. He kind of changed it. On Twitter, he has a red turban. On Facebook, he has a yellow one, like orange one. You know, maybe just to distinguish that, but the overall look, feel, it's the same. So whenever you see them in one platform, you go on the second one, it's the same, you have the same feeling. So why is it important? It's important because it's your brand. It's the brand of the organization. It's a brand of the office that you're representing. So we need sometimes, and especially for anyone aspiring to greatness, we need to remember, because I don't want to talk about just office, because you can be great without a public office. Okay, so anyone aspiring to greatness, we need to think about it. We need to keep that in mind. Keeping that in mind and making sure that we are shown or displayed at our best. And that is why, for example, like I was saying in the beginning, I was looking for a YouTube channel for Jagmeet Singh. I did not find one. A lot of interviews, yes. But a YouTube channel, no. And again, we can understand it because he is a politician.
But I think he used to have a TikTok account. Just like the mayor of Toronto has now a TikTok account. My daughter was telling me today that she found a TikTok account for the mayor of Toronto. So.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you know, different offices, different needs, different approach, and don't forget, Mr. What's his name? The mayor of Toronto. He is probably
John Tory.
John Tory is probably trying to reach out to a younger generation, by doing that. And again, you as a public figure, depending on what you do and depending on what you're aspiring to, you need to be able to be present.
Yes.
Present in all the platform that you can be. Whenever it's possible, be present. And as a matter of fact, there are some tools that you'll just log in one tool, and then that tool can post on your behalf on all the different platforms for you. There's a subscription for that. It's not free. It costs about $90, $99, something like that per month. So it's really for those who reach that level where they can have that structure, they can have that way of doing things. That tool allow you to post on all the platforms, and you can have different pictures.
Yes.
On all these different platforms. So what I was meaning is, so you see, for example, Mr. O'Toole had this publication about 2 hours ago, and 38 minutes ago, like he changed his profile picture, okay? And it's the same in his case to have the same publication on both Facebook and YouTube. Okay.
Is it YouTube or Twitter?
Oh, Facebook and Twitter.
Okay.
So that's Facebook and it's Twitter below. Same thing. And because there are politicians that at a federal level, they do both. They do French and English most of the time when they publish. Okay. So here was 3 hours ago. He was talking about this. And the same thing that he did in Twitter. Same. Why? Because they understand that some of the electorate are on Facebook and the other on Twitter. And some of them will never cross the two platforms. They'll stay wherever they are.
Yes.
They'll stay wherever they are. And, as a politician, you need to reach out. You need to make sure that those people, those electorate of yours, they are getting your message. You need to make sure that your message is not redistributed by somebody else, by a third party.
Yeah.
So that's why they are on all these platforms. You wanted to say something?
Now, as a matter of fact, that's exactly what someone was saying a few days ago. I mean, as a leader, you don't have the choice to say, I'm going to be on YouTube and not be present on Facebook. You have to go wherever you know that your people are going to be. Yeah. If they're on Twitter, you make sure you're on Twitter. If they're on TikTok, you make sure you have an account on TikTok, and so on and so forth. Because if your voice and your face is actually not heard on one of these platforms, someone else is speaking to them, and that person may be the next person to actually take over your office.
Exactly. And that's why those politicians are going. And the other thing too, as you can see, one of the reasons the politicians love those platforms, those two platforms, Facebook and Twitter, is because of the interaction.
Yes.
The feedback with the public. Believe it or not, whoever maintaining those accounts, they're responding on the behalf. They're reading this because it provides them with feedback. And whenever they see something important, interesting, they will reach out to that person and go further in whatever the people were saying. And that's how they can bring issues to the parliament and discuss them in the parliament and say, hey, this is not a fictional story, but this is real because the people are from this circumscription, and this is what they're saying. And they have the ways or the means for them to verify and share those information. So again, if you aspire to be a public figure and you aspire to be present in people's mind in a certain way, this is how you do it. You make sure that you go where people are. We tend to think it's best just to be in our corner, do whatever we can do, and people follow.
People will come to you.
No. They may
things
come.
Have changed. Things have changed.
They may come, and especially now, they may come because you're probably famous or because you're probably spreading money all over the place. You're paying Facebook ads, you're paying, whoever ads to have your advertisement placed in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, there are other people that are doing it without paying any money.
Exactly.
All they have to do and post. And that's the other example that I was about to show is, look, he posted sometimes, today, like second message. He only posted like twice on Twitter, Jagmeet. If we go on Erin Tool, he posted like 3 or 4 times, 6, 10, okay? So he started early in the morning. So 6 a.m. in the morning, that was the first one that he posted.
Wow.
Okay. And then 4 hours later, he posted another one. And 3 hours later, he posted another one. And an hour later, he posted the other one. So he could have just said, I'm the leader of the Conservative Party of Canada. People know me, and that's it. No. He had to post enough so that people can hear is what he has to say, his perspective.
Yes.
We take it now in the business world. We take it now at our level. Who knows what you think if you don't speak?
Exactly.
Going back to what we were saying on Tuesday in the French show, who knows? And, who knows and who's going to see your message if you don't do it? And talking about even Facebook, there is all the marketers, all those people who do marketing research, they've come to the conclusion, even on Facebook, you need to post at least twice a day. You need to post at least twice a day, minimum once a day. Post one thing. One thing about you, about the business, about whatever you have, post about it. And talking about Facebook, I don't know if I didn't mention that on Tuesday.
What's happening again?
I found, we're probably going to talk about it next week. They have, that's the page. As you can see, they're loading videos on the Facebook pages. So they're loading those videos, and then it gives you all the videos at the bottom. So every time that he spoke, it's there. Every time that he gave an interview and they like it, whoever, they post it here. So that's one of the things that Facebook is trying to do, help you organize your studio, the videos. But I'll tell you, it's not there yet. It looks good. It's not there yet. Why? Because they kind of force people to have the most popular video at the top. You don't have a choice.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, you don't have a choice. Like on Facebook, on YouTube, where you can decide, no, I want to showcase this video. On Facebook, I tried, but I could not find a way to make my preferred video to be at the top.
Is there any way to complain about it?
I don't know. Maybe I'll probably try. But you know me, I'm not a big fan. But just to give you an idea, and the other thing I also like is the ability to, if you want, you can create thumbnails as well for all these videos. And I was trying to do something during my break. And
the same way you'll do it on YouTube, or is it different?
Yeah, the same way you do it on YouTube. Okay, so I go videos. See, now you see, if you're doing a live, the live will go at the top. Otherwise, it will show the most popular video and then all the videos.
Okay.
So I was, during my break, I said, okay, let me try something, because the idea came to me. I'm like, okay, let me try. And I was able to upload that thumbnail. But which is funny, it's gonna, coming from a YouTube world, you look at it, say, on YouTube, when I create my show, I schedule my show on Facebook, on StreamYard. That thumbnail that I create on StreamYard goes and stay on my YouTube channel. It's the same thumbnail that I use for the Facebook, but Facebook doesn't keep it. You're like, it's a code thing. Just do the code and make it simple. Why?
So what do you mean they don't keep it?
I mean, it's not showing, because all these videos that you see here, like the one I'm saying here, overcome the fear to start your own YouTube channel. I created a thumbnail, but the thumbnail here it's not showing. It's not. So I need to go and do a thumbnail like this one. And talking about editing, I was trying to edit and remove the countdown.
Yeah,
it's not that simple. So they still have a long way to go. The other thing that I kind of lack, so far, is the playlist. So I created 2 playlists, one for the French and one for the English. So whenever I do a show in French, then I'll be, I'll make sure that it goes in either playlist. And then so people can watch from a playlist knowing, okay, this is the French playlist, is the English playlist. So it's kind of make it easier.
Yes.
But moving that, I was trying to say, okay, now that I made it, can I move it and make it at the top? Because I want it to be here, right at this level, or just above the most popular one. But now there's no way to do that. I'm like, okay, this is one of the.
And that's for you, because Facebook for me is a thing of the past. I'm not even interested in actually going there to interact with anyone.
Yeah.
So
it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. If it doesn't, doesn't help you anymore, then you don't have to. And you can, but still, I say you can create a business profile. Like, the page. This is a page. It's not a personal profile. It's a page. Okay. The way you know it's a page, it's first of all, there's no limit on the number of people that can follow.
Yeah.
Plus, it gives the option to like or not to like.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
The personal profile, there's no like. You see, there's no like.
Okay.
And it doesn't give you all this all about. It doesn't give you that on the personal profile. But on a business page, so whenever you decide to create a page, then it usually asks you, what kind of page are you trying to create? A business? And if it's a business, is it to sell product or services? And depending on that, it gives you different templates.
Okay.
When you just say, it also asks you when you're choosing a business, either a business or a public figure. Yes. So in your case, you could be a public figure. And then if you have Instagram, on that page, you can link them. You can link your Facebook public figure page with your Instagram public page.
Yes, that's a very good point.
When you post on Facebook, you can say post it as well in Instagram.
Yeah.
Yes. So you post on both platforms in one shot.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah. But
you go ahead.
But with that, for example, you don't have to have a real active personal profile.
Okay, fantastic.
So you can use that dormant profile where you kind of removed everybody, use that and create that page, that public figure page, then start feeding it. Feeding
okay.
it and connect with Instagram, where it can connect and post at the same time.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So did he finally create his YouTube page, or is he still thinking about it?
I think he's still thinking about it.
Okay.
He hasn't reached out back, so I'll say he's probably still thinking about it. But this is what I wanted to share tonight, to give you, to give everybody a perspective on how you can behave as a public figure. Because, as you know, although I have my preferred way of doing things, especially doing all these videos, but I also understand that Facebook is still has place, like Twitter, like Instagram. They still have their own field of expertise, where YouTube is not there yet, although it's coming, and YouTube is doing it faster than Facebook. But some people are still there, and because you still have some people there watching and doing things there, and maybe it's the only way for them to access the world outside of where they're living. And if you think that you can reach to them, then it's probably the place. It's probably the place to do it. And you know, the other thing that Facebook is doing is they're trying to make it as YouTube. So it's not there yet, because I think they're fighting in a mind between the old way of doing things and now getting that, attracting people. As a matter of fact, they have their own, they're trying to build their own version of the short, of the YouTube short. Yeah. Actually, YouTube is trying to copy them, TikTok, but also Facebook is doing the same thing. So even on the metrics that they have, they can measure your Facebook performance based on those shorts that you create for Facebook. Yeah. So they'll tell you 15 seconds, and how long people watch those 15 seconds.
Okay.
You want to say?
Yeah, the only thing with Facebook is that whenever you actually post a video on Facebook on your even public profile, in order for someone to see that, they can only see that one video if they're not on Facebook. But beyond that, they cannot view anything else, because it will ask the person to log into Facebook. Whereas on YouTube, if I can go search for one person a video, I like it, then I can go and look at other videos. And that's the bigger difference between Facebook and YouTube. Because Facebook, they will only give access to that one video. If you want to see more, you have to log in.
I think that is on the personal profile. And I wish that I had time to log out. To log out from my personal Facebook. I'll probably try it later and update you guys on when a video is on a public, like on a page like this one. Okay, try to see if the videos that are here requires you to log in, and I hope not. I believe it probably not, but if you want to make a comment, then you need to log in to make a comment. Like in YouTube, if you don't log in, you cannot make a comment.
I mean, I'm not talking about posting a comment, just actually watch other videos. Because if you're not on YouTube, I'm going to your page, I see one video I like, I want to watch the rest of the videos, I can. And the view will still count for the person who actually ordered the videos. But for Facebook, you can only watch that one particular video that shows up in the search. But beyond that, if you want to try to search the page, it asks you to log in.
Really?
Yes. I mean, I've been out of Facebook for a long time, so I know how things work from the outside. And that's why I say, you know what, this is not for me.
But can you, whenever you have time, can you go, because you're not on Facebook, can you go, let's say, on this one politician's page and try to watch the videos and let us know?
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm just logging in right now.
Okay. Because if that's the case, maybe,
because it's a close community, and that's the bigger difference between YouTube and Facebook. YouTube, you can go and search and watch as many videos as you want because it's actually a public platform. Facebook, you have to create an account to watch people's stuff. Okay, let me just go now on Facebook without logging in.
Right. Actually, you know what? This is the best way to go. Just open a browser, okay?
That's what I'm doing, yeah.
And then go facebook.com/Jagmeet NDP. And see if you have the option.
How do you spell his name again?
Jagmeet.
Okay,
NDP, yeah.
Yeah, so let's go.
Go in the videos.
Okay, so you see, when I do that, it gives me access to, you know what? It gives me access to part of his page, and let me see if I can see all of the videos.
So you need to go in the
exactly. No, exactly. So I was right. So I was right. So my experience didn't actually fail me. So when I do that, if I say, okay, watch this video, it will only let me see one video, which is the most popular one. So Jagmeet in the house, Jagmeet en chambre. Yeah. If I click this one, if I want to click watch anything else, it asks me to log in.
Wow.
So see, if I say all videos, it's asking me. So now they want me to identify. See, it's asking me. It says log in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So for all of you Facebook users, as you can see, when you decide to stay just in Facebook, you're missing out on a portion of the population, the global population. So you're limiting yourself in terms of the reach that you can have, because Facebook will force people to log in, to create an account, to view your content on Facebook. But again, like we said before, Facebook works for you. You're satisfied. You're making money by sharing your content there. I say you can continue doing it. But you're thinking about growing, expanding, definitely think about YouTube, because YouTube will not ask people to log in to view your videos. So
this view will count towards the number of views that you need for the month or for 60 days.
Yes, 10,000 and 10,000 members and 10,000 of hours videos watched.
Yeah.
So it's really up to you. All right. So let me see if we have other comments in the public. No. All right. Le comment n'a jamais terminé la manière avec présence légitime, même sur Twitter, Facebook. Mass electronic. I don't want to do comment on those politics. Yeah. So again, we are here and to help you. For those of you who think that you need to expand, or you need to even develop how you're doing your presentation on Facebook, please feel free. Let us know. We can help you grow your presence on Facebook, to grow your presence even on Twitter, on YouTube, and Instagram. We can give you the tips, share with you the tips on the trends, what's working, because as you know, those algorithms are changing, I can say, every 3 months. Every 3 or 6 months, they come with new things. They're trying things. Why? Because they also need to improve what they're offering to those people trying to sell advertisements.
Yes.
So for that reason, what worked last year, March 2020, may not apply today, March 2021. So keeping that in mind, you need to be not just posting, but understanding how everything works. Because I've seen it. People post like crazy. People are so proud to have 5,000 friends. and we know that you can have 5,000 friends, but if those 5,000 are not responding to your content, it's not helping you. So keeping that in mind, as we said last Tuesday on the French channel, we say, clean up your friend list. You can do it nicely. Tell them, hey, guys, I need your support. And if you don't see any response, that would be a sign for you. It would be a perfect sign to remove them and, and explain to them, hey, I see that you're not active on Facebook, so that's why I put you aside. You can still reach out to me and we'll still connect, but Facebook for me is a place where I'm building my brand and I need the maximum number of friends to support me.
Yes.
Simple. That's a message that you need to deliver until you see that at least 20% or if not 50% of your friends are doing it.
Yes.
It doesn't make sense. And then for those of you who loved what we did tonight, who love what we are doing on a regular basis, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, it's passing by. You can buy us a coffee to support us. And for those of you who like to do the same thing, you have a content and you like to start and you're ready and you don't know how to start, we are using this tool called StreamYard, as you can see here at the top. And by clicking in the link in the description, if you subscribe, you'll be also helping us financially. So that's another way to support us. If you're ready for that, go ahead and subscribe to StreamYard or send us a coffee, buy us a coffee by going to the PayPal, PayPal me, /Joel Amen, and we'll be more than happy to thank you. We're more than happy to receive your support. Also, for those of you who after all this, you still think that you need some help, you need to discuss this further, please do not hesitate to send us a message or call us through our phone or through WhatsApp, Viber, or Signal, and we'll be more than happy to set up some time and guide you, help you, train you, or even produce your show if you need to. All right.
Just one quick comment. You know that Signal today has been actually disconnected in China, right?
In China?
Yes. They're trying to streamline the process to make sure that they control the message, the narrative, especially within the country and outside the country. So things are changing now on a daily basis. Now that people are working from home, Italy is going now into a third lockdown. People are actually spending more time online. So online is becoming a place where great things are happening. So they are monitoring everything. And shows like yours are very, very vital because you keep people updated as to what's happening and what to expect. Signal today, the signal was actually shut down, encrypted. So it's not now, it's only through we that they can communicate. And that, of course, is a platform where they control everything.
Thank you. Thank you for that update. As usual, we are here to share knowledge, to share information. And we'd like to thank Gabi, Didier DMP, Master Electronic, Dalia MTV for staying with us, watching this, and for your support. This is your channel, and you let us know if you have any questions. Let us know if you have any concern regarding the digital life. And we'll be more than happy to research and provide you with the answer that you're looking for. Until then, which will be next Tuesday, we'll say stay safe and be blessed. Thank you again for stopping by.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.